righty, Randy. Well, we just want to know that you're up and you're okay. You don't need no help. And everything is right in your world, so that's a good thing. All righty. Well, let me see. We'll give Ray a call. I think Nancy, she's probably still on vacation. K5 CFY WB8 BMW.
WB8 BMW K5 CFY. Good morning, Jim, and all the other netizens out there listening. Yeah, Fred and I had to cut our walk short this morning. We got thunderstorms in the area, lightning, and all that kind of good stuff, but we're unplugged everything except for the node, so it seems to be working okay. So anyway, looks like it's going to be a rainy, stormy day here in northeast Oklahoma, but good to hear you in there, Jim, and wave a hand there at Miss Judy. Hope she continues to get better. So with that, I'll give it back to you, Jim. Let you get on down the list. 73, y'all. Take care. K5 CFY.
All righty, Ray. Well, you listen to Fred, because that Fred, you know, he's very smart, and he got long ears and a keen nose. He knows stuff and things. All righty. Well, now I'm pretty sure the JAXs are out, portable pedestrians. We'll see who's got the phone this morning, and if Missy's with them. We'll call for the short straw this morning. W8 JAX WB8 BMW. Good morning, whoever's got it.
Well, hey, good morning there, Jim. This is W8JAX, portable pedestrian down here in Jacksonville, and we're walking with a special neighbor here this morning.
Good morning, Jim. This is Missy, and I am their neighbors in the next building over.
So anyway, and Miss Wendy and Miss Lucy are with me here on our walk this morning as well, under mostly clear skies, and well, I guess it's not quite a full moon, but it sure looks it this morning as I look out towards the west here. But anyway, we got 75 degrees starting down here this morning, going up to, I think, the low 90s, and pretty typical for Florida this time of year. 2-foot seas out on the ocean this morning, and it's sitting at about 80 degrees temperature, water temperature. Thanks for giving us a call there, Jim. We'll turn it back to the pre-net, W8JAX.
All righty, Rod. Well, finally, I got the right one on there this morning. And good morning, Misty. Yeah, you got yourself connected with a couple of very special people there. So, you know, well, Rod is smart and Wendy's pretty, and both of them are pretty smart. So you can't beat that. Now, I don't know about Lucy. Lucy is very smart, and she's joined right with the crowd there, so everybody is good. All righty, Rod, Wendy, you tell the kids we said howdy, howdy, and you guys have a real nice walk. And don't pick on the animals as you walk by, and don't let Lucy eat them sand crabs, you know, give her indigestion. All righty, I got to get out of here before I tell a lie. We'll go to Nancy out there in Oklahoma, see if she's up this morning. KI5 OZZ WB8 BMW. Well, I guess that's when you're on vacation, that's the thing to do. Nothing. All righty, well, we'll see. I don't know if Nick is out there or not. I haven't heard him this morning. KD8 SLG WB8 BMW. Where are you at this morning? Are you taking care of Audrey?
W8WKY.
Well, and my number one backup is absent this morning. Hopefully he's doing something good. But I always got number two, Craig. He's always there. All righty. Well, we'll back up. Well, we'll give LJ a call here because I got about 3 minutes left. KB8 LJ WB8 VMW.
WB8 VMW from KB8LJ. Good morning, everybody in the pre-net out there, and I hope all is well with everybody. It kind of sounds like the report that I heard from down Oklahoma way that maybe our friend the Arkadelphia water tower is getting a lot of rain and or lightning and whatever, but who knows? So I won't take up any more time here, and I will just say good morning to everyone once again, and this is KB8LJ, back to net.
All righty, LJ. Well, let me see. We got about a minute and a half before Stephen comes in and makes it official. So we got, let me see. We got about a minute and a half. Somebody wants to jump in and say good morning. Now's your time.
KE8 EGA, Kevin in Worcester. I haven't heard you in forever, Jim.
Well, good morning, Worcester. Yeah. Well, I got my morning list here, and I got to be careful that my list gets too long, then somebody gets left out. So, good morning, Worcester, and good to hear you. Hope you're having fun listening to it this morning. Maybe we can make you smile once in a while, get a chuckle out of it, or learn something. Usually you don't learn much listening to us, but you chuckle once in a while. Okay, we got 30 seconds left. I'm going to back up here, and I'm going to let Stephen take it over and make it official. NAWB, WB8 VMW, and a whole passel of people is out there milling around waiting to make it all legal-like. So, Stephen, if you're ready, you got about 10 seconds, and it'll be the bewitching hour of 7 o'clock. Back to you, or over to you, Stephen, WB8 VMW.
WB8 BMW, November 8, Whiskey Bravo. Good morning, Jim. Good morning, everyone on the net today. A lot of check-ins today. Man, I got 19 people already. Jeepers creepers. Oh, all right, let's start this thing off. CQ. This is November 8, Whiskey Bravo calling CQ for the Silvercreek Amateur Radio Association Saturday Barometer Net. I'll be your net control this morning. My name is Stephen, Sierra Tango Echo Papa Hotel Echo November. My call sign is November 8, Whiskey Bravo. Our repeater call sign is W8WKY. This is a control net. All traffic must pass through net control. Emergency traffic may break into this net at any time. Sarah meets on this repeater every morning, 7 a.m. except on Sundays. This net is open to all licensed amateurs, and any amateur is encouraged to check in and join us. The PL tone for this repeater is 114 Mark 8. Also, good morning to all of our listeners, no matter where you are located. Before I take some mobile and short-time check-ins and then read off the list that I have right now, if you're on that list when I read it off, you don't have to check in unless for some reason your status changed, and I did hear the whole entire thing, so if you gave any special things such as Elmer, I got you on there before 7:15, don't worry. I'm going to send it over to Jim before I do some mobile short-time check-ins. Jim, you're up, my friend. Glad to hear that Judy's out and better, so very good to hear you this morning. Go ahead, Jim.
righty, Stephen. Well, I would say she's about 50%, because I can hear her yell at me for doing something stupid or wrong or something about halfway down the hallway. So when she can yell all the way down the hallway, she'll be at 95%. And then I got to be careful, because then comes the pots down the hallway. And if I'm not careful, the iron skillet is right behind it. And that's smart. All righty, Stephen, I'll turn it over to you. And there's a great bunch of people out there. And I'm going to back out of here and head for the kitchen and get me some bacon-flavored oatmeal. So 7-3s, everybody. Stay healthy. Stay safe. And we'll see you back here next week. Good Lord willing, the creek don't rise, nothing breaks, and nothing comes untied. Back to Net.
WB8 BMW, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, Jim, being here. Thank you so much for warming up the diodes every morning. It used to be tubes, warming up the tubes, but we don't do that anymore. But I heard that it's 80 degrees in the oceans today down there in Florida, so that's pretty cool. Well, it's not pretty cool, it's pretty warm, but it's pretty cool. All right, let me give you my list of everybody that I got on the log today, and then I'll take some short-time mobile check-ins. And Elmer, I do have you as a short time, starting before 7:15. Don't worry, I'll get you right away. WA-GXX, I got you on the log. K5, CFY, AA8CT, KZ8TG, KC8FQV, K8PMI, and I think Phil and Tim both were in and out, but I'll give them a jingle anyways. KB8TPQ, Ron got you there. AC8AT, I know John said he was not going to be here for the 7 o'clock time. N8WS, KE8MMY, K4OG, KE8SFS, KE8HNK, I'll get to you short time in a little bit. Elmer, KD8ZSH, W8GAX, and K8, sorry, not G. W8JAX and K8JAX with K9LUCY. And by the way, there is a K, I looked it up. K9LUC is a Bradley somewhere. No Y, as you know, we don't use that. But and they're with a friend, Missy. Good to hear you, Missy, this morning. KB8LJ, K8SE, KE8EGH. Kevin, got you there. And I am now going to take some mobile and short-time check-ins. If you would like to check into the Barometer Net this morning, and you're short-time or mobile, and you didn't hear yourself on that log, if you're on the log, I'm going to run that right after the short-time and mobile, so you're good to go there. But if you're short-time or mobile, or if you would like to get on the log, give me a check-in. Please give me your call sign phonetically, and then followed by alphanumerically. Phonetically, followed by alphanumerically, and that helps me out just a little bit. Please call WAWKY, short-time mobile, or in and out. Just let me know.
Kilo Charlie 8, the November Oscar Victor, KC8 NOV, Marty Streetsboro, mobile in and out.
All right, let me pick it up. All right, I only heard one. Mobile in and out. Give it one more try. Thank you, Marty, for KC8 NOV for that in and out. And mobile, check in. If you'd like to jump back in, or anybody who's out currently, just all you got to do is do a recheck, and we'll throw you back in. We'll throw you back in the deep end of the lake or the ocean, depending on where you want to be. Any last ones, and then I'll start the log where we are. Oh, and let me reach out really quick to WE8WIZ. If you're there, I'll come right back to you. Just let me know you're there.
W8WKY.
All right, didn't hear him. Saw him last night, though. The Wiz over at his house last night was neighbor Ben. So if the Wiz checks in or jingles me, I'll throw you on the log. All right, we are going to start Last check-in for any short-time mobile, and then I'll jump and start the net. Any last check-ins? Thank you, Marty, for that in and out. All right, that being said, we have one short time. We're going to move it up to K8HNK, W8WKY. Elmer, it's great to have you here this morning. You are up, my friend.
K8HNK, W8WKY. Good morning there, Stephen. Good morning to the rest of the listeners. Hope everything's going well with you. Just getting right here to get Lady to the XOL to Sam's Club and get some things done before the heat and the crowds come in, because those two things never mix. So just want to say, everybody stay healthy, stay blessed. I'll see you guys Monday morning on the Barometer Net. And with that, I'm going to turn it back over to you. Stay healthy, stay blessed. This is K8HNK, back over to Net Control.
K8HNK, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Elmer. Yeah, the other day I was thinking of you, because I was looking at some train stuff, and I remember when they sold the train over there at the Lodi Shopping Center. It was such a bummer, man. That would have been a nice train to have in a woods somewhere, if you had a nice woods to set that big track, all the track up and stuff. Barn. That's a nice goal, man. Set up a train like that in a woods somewhere, you know, by your house or your shack. Maybe you could even work radio on train. That'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it? So anyways, good to hear you, Elmer. Be safe today over there at Sam's. And, yeah, check it out, man. A lot of good stuff down there. Too much stuff, as a matter of fact. Too much. Because, I mean, I love Sam's, but I don't need 128 ounces of ketchup, even though I like ketchup. I'm just saying. WAGXX, W8WKY. Tom, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
Good morning, Stefan. Hope you're doing good and things are working out there for you. Have a great day. Thanks for being there. And, yeah, we got a hot one. Hopefully there'll be some breeze and get through it. Carry on. N8WB, W8GXX.
WAGXX, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, Tom. I had to jump up to Tom to say hi to him. He was early here in the morning, checked me in, but I need to run down. I had to run up to Ohio, and now I'm running down to Florida really quick. Well, you can never run down to Florida. It's kind of like a mosey. But anyways, and I love taking the train down there, down to Florida, because I take Amtrak as much as I can. I usually take it I haven't been to the West Coast yet by train, but I'd love to do that sometime. But I've been to the East Coast. I've been through the majority of the states by train. And I've been down to Florida many, many times by Amtrak. So it's very, very cool. So we're going to run down to Florida, WAGAX, JAX. Well, I don't know why I always say G now. WAJAX and KJAX, K9LUCY, and Missy. It's good to have you here. You're all up. One big group.
Well, good morning there, Stefan, and to all on the net this morning. This is WHJAX, Portable Pedestrian, along with Miss Missy, Miss Wendy, and Miss Lucy on our walk this morning under mostly sunny skies. Sounds like our high temperature is going to sort of be close to yours today, around 90, 92, something like that. And we are going to lose here in northern Florida 48 seconds of daylight. Northern Ohio loses a minute and 14 seconds, but you guys still have 56 more minutes of daylight than us at this time of the year. Anyway, with that, I'll turn it back to the net there. Everyone have a great weekend. WHJAX, Portable Pedestrian.
WHJAX and KJX, K9LUCY, as we know, our good old Lucy. Scratch her behind the ears like Gary always said. For me and Missy. And great to have you all here this morning. Yeah, you're always telling us about the time we're losing, man. Don't tell me that anyway. I'm just kidding. No, but that's actually a good thing. I got a book out of the library the other day about the planets, and it's called The Universe. It's kind of interesting. You have to read it in a different light. And a lot of the science books, some of it you have to read in a different light. But other than that, the science behind a lot of the stuff, the time and things like that, is what interests me. So it's very, very cool. All right, thanks for being here, guys. I hope that you all have a great day down there, and yeah, it's going to be kind of warm this morning. That's what they're telling me. K5, CFY, W8, WKY. Ray, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning. Good to hear you, and sorry to hear that you got all that rain down there. Apparently, we got all the heat, and you got all the rain. But we'll trade you some if you'd like to. You're up, my friend.
W8 WKY and the rest of the folks down there, K5 CFY. Stephen, good to hear you in there. Always a pleasure talking to you. Ohio's awful lucky to have you up there with all the things you do for them. And anyway, not much going on here besides the weather. Lots of lightning, so I got everything unplugged. As long as the internet's up, I'll be listening. But again, Stephen, thanks for doing the net. We definitely always enjoy talking to you. So I'll give off of here and let you run on down the list. 73, y'all take care. K5, CFY.
K5, CFY, W8, WKY. We do appreciate that. Thank you, Ray, for the kind words. I do appreciate everybody on the net. Love hearing and talking with people. It's one of my big things. And speaking of that, if you're still listening, not hard to get your license. It's not hard at all. And I'll bet you any money you got a couple people that you're walking with that can probably tell you how to do that. I'm just thinking out loud. But anyways, good to hear you, Ray, and we'll talk to you soon. And thank you for the kind words. AHCT W8 WKY. Craig, heard you early in the morning down there in Shreve, one of my favorite places in all of Ohio. Shreve, that Portage Lakes. Go ahead, my friend. You're up. Great.
W8 WKY or N8WB. AAHCT. Good morning, Stephen. Well, it's a beautiful day down here in Shreve. The sun is burning off the little haze that lays down here because of all the moisture around us, the marsh or the swamp, whatever you want to call it. And it's going to be a good one. And, wow, you got a heck of a net going here. You got a bunch of people, so I'm going to let you get back to it. So grateful for everybody's out there and keeps this net going. And I normally say this, so I'll say it again. Go out and make somebody smile because it'll make you feel better. This is AAHCT, back to net control. Thank you, Stephen, for being net control. Have a wonderful day. We will probably see you, I'm going to guess, on Thursday. AAHCT, 73s.
AHCT, W8WKY. We do appreciate you, Craig. Thank you. Yeah, you will probably see me on Thursday, Lord willing, and the creek don't rise. We know how that goes, but we should be good. We should be there. And we got a executive meeting apparently this for the Sarah group this Sunday at Gary's house. So executive committee meeting going to be at Gary's house. That should be good. Normally we just do them on Zoom, but in the summer it's nice to get to go someplace for those. So we get to unwind and talk about what happened on field day and how everybody liked everything and all that kind of stuff. And then we're going to be talking about some new events, some more POTA and the band, if Ben's listening. And I have been talking about getting some people up for winter field day. We actually looked into a cabin thing from the Boy Scouts, but unfortunately that was filled up. So. And that would have been kind of cheap to do. So to do that in a cabin, we built a fire in and stuff like that. But that was filled up down there in Camp Tusk, and that's actually one of WEAWIZ's favorite places. So I forgot to tell him about that last night. See if he had any strings he could pull. But Camp Tusk down there got filled up for the winter field day. Anyway, KZ8TG. I know he checked in. I think he said 73, but if you're up, Tim, or you're listening, you want to jump in, go ahead. If not, I will move on to Mark. KC8FQV, so TG, Mark, Tim, if you're there, please go ahead. Great to have you here. All right, I believe he was out early in the morning. We'll move over to KC8FQV, W8, WKY. Mark, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here this morning.
All right, Stefan, KCFQV. Well, everything went good last night. Went to the Asian Festival at the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo. It was very unique. I've seen it on TV, advertised many years, and my mom wanted to go, so that way me, my brother, and her went. And today, there are all kinds of things happening. Yeah, I was mentioning about the fox hunt. Went and looked on the website. Well, I didn't see it because there's a guy up in Asheville likes doing fox hunts, and he says he likes fires because it's on distance, not time. I think it was, but he said it's different. And I told him it was next weekend. And I said, look at the club website. Well, he said I didn't see nothing there. I went there. I didn't see nothing there, but. There's all kinds of picnics today. Nora's got their lunch. The QCWA got Chapter 1 in Cleveland has a meeting, picnic. Lake County, I heard they were doing a picnic. Yeah, next week it's the same thing. Nora's got their ham fest. We have a fox hunt. And there was something else that someone was doing, Maslin or Alliance, or someone was doing something, POTA or something. But, there's always stuff happening. And you know what, Stefan? If you don't do something, no matter what it is in life, it's only your fault because you're not doing it. And there's so many things to do, no matter what it is, boating, camping, whatever. If you don't want to do it, it's your own fault that you're making your life boring. So I'll send it back to Stefan, KC8FQV.
KC8FQV, W8, WKY, we do appreciate you, Mark. Thank you for being here this morning. Mark and I were talking a little bit earlier, and I was telling him about a brand new book that I'm reading. Anybody's interested in reading, it's not a picture book, although it does have some pictures in it. I do like reading both kinds of books. I love history. That's my big thing. But it's by a gentleman by the name of H. John Hildebrand. So he was a seasonal worker as a teenager over there at Cedar Point, and he was his first full-time job over there was copywriting after he got out of college, and then he became general manager until he retired, 32 years. So I believe it was 2012 to 2013 was the season he retired. But anyway, a little piece of history out of that book. He was talking about the Gemini. He went through a lot of the coasters as they were being built. It was his time there, not as a general manager, but as a copywriter, I believe it was. And he also ran the department, the ad department, marketing, when they left, when some people left the park. But long story short, they were building the Gemini, and he and his wife had their first set of twins 2 days after the Gemini opened. Gemini, the double roller coaster, twins. Kind of interesting. And then he also talked about how they always run roller coasters the first time with nobody on it, and they ran the Geminis, and the one train, I think it was the red train, he said, got stuck and then rolled back into a loop, and they had to run the train while the guys were taking it apart from maintenance because they couldn't push it up. It was too high to push it up. And they had to take it completely apart and build it again in the train station. But they were doing it while the train was running, the blue train was running. So the opening of the Gemini. Kind of interesting stuff. Love that kind of stuff. But if anybody reads it, it's called Always Cedar Point. Good book. Always Cedar Point. Thanks, Mark, for being here this morning. And we're going to move over to KPMI. I think Phil was still here. But if not, my fellow net control operator, I will move on. But if Phil, if you're here, it's great to have you here this morning. You're up.
N8WB, this is K8PMI. Good morning, Stefan. Good morning, all the Barometer Netters. Just sitting out on the back porch, enjoying a beautiful cloudless sky, and the sun's rising up over the horizon. It's beautiful out here. Quick thing, I'll give you a text, Stefan. I am going to be on vacation starting next Friday, so I will not be able to handle Saturday's net. Let me know if you can't do it so I can put it out for everybody else. Other than that, it's going to be a busy day. Got to mow the yard and straighten up around here, and I'm going to bring the camper home and start cleaning it out. Going to Rehoboth Beach here next week, and going to get on our bicycle and go through all the paths, and maybe I can duplicate the president falling off the bike. That was a good picture, and maybe I'll do that too. So I'll send it back to you, Stefan, 73, and we'll see you Thursday. This is K8PMI.
K8PMI, W8WKY. Great to have you here, Phil. Say hi to your family. Great news about the babies and stuff with all you guys. Beautiful. Good to be a grandfather. Oh, it must be really a blessing. Never got to experience the child, having a child thing, but you know what, man? You don't have to experience it. Sometimes wish I did, but you can see other people, and I watched other people with their children and watched their children who are now growing up, like all of them, and also having children on their own. So very, very cool. Good to have you here this morning. And yeah, I looked at my calendar, and I believe that's doable. So I can just, you don't even send an email out. I'll just mark that down and pick up the net for you next week. So appreciate it. Don't fall off your bike too much. If you're going to stage it, have two people out of the picture holding the wheels up so you don't have to look like you're completely on the ground. KBA TPQ, W8WKY. Ron, you are up, my friend. It's great to have you here today, and hope you're doing well.
This is KBA TPQ. Good morning, Stefan. Good morning, netizens, and good morning, listeners. Yes, doing well. Got my free weights exercising done and waiting to get on the treadmill. Yeah, good to hear you all, and very thankful. Also, public notice here, community notice. It's 4 weeks from today, Stefan, for Balloons Over Wadsworth. 4 weeks from today, and if anybody's interested, there is a website. It's balloonsoverwadsworth.com. Looking forward to having, I think, 24 or 25 balloons and a lot of activities going, bands and all, for that festivities. And thanks for taking care of net control. Always good to hear you. KBA TPQ, back to net control.
KBA TPQ, W8WKY, also personal call sign November 8 Whiskey Bravo. Thanks, Ron. Appreciate that. Yeah. I'm going to say, longer than that. I'm going to say 35 years ago when I was living in Old Brooklyn, right over by the Cleveland Zoo. Walking distance to the Cleveland Zoo, that's where I grew up. Good friend of mine, John Krause, who lived in Parma. Now he and his wife, John and Cindy Krause, live in Newberry in her childhood home where she grew up. John said, hey, you want to go see a balloon show? And I said, yeah, what's that? This was 35 plus years, like I said. And it was the Wadsworth one. Or whatever. I believe it was Wadsworth. I know it was, yeah. And then it's been going on a long time, I know that. But a ton of balloons were going up, a couple airplanes. And good friends of mine, Jim Tonkar and his son Seth Tonkar, for many years, up until recently, ran the, I know they have like some audio stuff there, some music stuff on the sides and stuff, little stages, and they were running audio. Jim was running one of them, and then Seth was running the other. And both of them are pastors, and Seth is a pastor at my church at Grace, so they haven't done it in a while, but I know that they had fun doing it. So great to hear you, Ron. Thanks for sharing that. That's going to be great. And like a little bit after the Matchstick Festival, which just happened a couple weeks back, the Blue Tip Festival, because that's where they were originally made in Wadsworth, the Blue Tip matches. They always have that festival. It's always a good time. I didn't get to go this year, but maybe next year. and the Medina Fair is coming up. But anyways, AC8AT was in and out. Appreciate that. And we're going to move over to N8WS. And you know what? Bill and Judy, and if we're lucky, we might even get a report. Well, we think we're going to be more than lucky because Bill always gives us that report. Bill, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
N8WB, this is N8WS. Good morning, Stefan. Good morning, all of that. Good to hear everybody this morning. And yes, it is a beautiful morning. I went out and turned my electric fence off and picked a couple of tomato worms off the plants. Yeah, it's going to be a great day. Air quality index this morning's at 63. That's in the moderate range. My sunrise 6:06. My sunset 9:03. Length of day. Well, let's see here. 14 hours and 57 minutes. Nice long day. Currently, I have 71 degrees. Humidity 87%. Wind is south at 6. Barometer at 30.02. Dew point 67 degrees. Visibility 10 miles. Prediction for today. Going to be a hot one, but the chance of showers and thunderstorms mainly after 5 p.m. Sunny with a high near 90. Index values as high as 96. South wind 6 to 13 miles an hour. Chance of precipitation is 30%. Okay. We could get some rain. There is some on radar. Solar flux indices at 132, sunspot number 85, A is 19, K is 3. Geomagnetic field is unsettled, no E-skip predicted. Haven't checked the HF bands, probably won't. I got something else to do this morning. Tropo this morning, between a 2 and a 3, depending on where you live in the state of Ohio. Spaceweather.com, of course, geomagnetic storm watch. Minor G1 class geomagnetic storms are possible this weekend, July 12th and 13th, as Earth enters a stream of high-speed solar winds. The gaseous material is flowing from an equatorial hole in the sun's atmosphere. And crosswinds in the mesosphere. That's noctilucent clouds or high-altitude clouds, and somebody recorded it. There's a pretty good article there. If you got time, take a look and read it. There's 6 sunspot groups on the sun, and that's about it for me. Everybody have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you whenever we can. N8WB and the group 73, everyone. N8WS.
N8WS W8WKY. We do appreciate you, Bill. And say hi to Judy for us. It's always good to hear you guys. Good to see you 2 times. I got to see Bill and Judy 2 times. 2 times this month already. Man. Actually, I always see them at the Nor's Luncheon, which now has been at the Canaries Restaurant. First Tuesday of every month, the Nor's has a luncheon, and then the first Saturday. I don't even know where the Saturday one was last week. Yeah, the first Tuesday was at Canaries. And then the old club that we were in, Whiskey 8 Victor Mike, our old club, West Park Radio Ops, they have theirs the second Tuesday at Canaries. So it was really cool. But anyways, it was great to see you and Judy and everybody else at both of those luncheons. And so, very cool. All right, we're going to move over to KE8MMY. I just like how that says KE8MMY. W8WKY. Chris, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning. Hope you're doing well. In case I missed him, he might be out. KE8MMY if you're there. If not, we'll move on. But great to hear you this morning otherwise, but I'll just throw it out one more time for Chris. All right, nothing heard. Chris, hope you're doing well. If you want to jump back in, you can jump back in at any time. Anytime. The sound of my voice, as they say. All right, moving over to our buddy, your buddy, my buddy, everyone's buddy, good friend, K4OG, W8WKY. Mark, I guess people were talking this morning about I didn't hear it. I guess it must have just been talked about on some of the nets that I don't hang out because I don't get up a lot that early because of night stuff. But people were talking about a fox hunt next week, and maybe that's something we're going to talk about at the club meeting and maybe during the executive committee meeting over at Gary's house this Sunday. But, yeah, if you got any information, throw it out. People want to know. Good to hear you, my friend. Great to have you here, Mark.
November 8, Whiskey Bravo, K4OG here. Good morning, Stephen, and great to hear you, sir. Yeah, I'm glad you brought up the fox hunt. Josh out there, HRF, he's just waiting on some final approval from NT8D, and then it'll be up on Sarah's website. But you know, it's basically the same deal. Meet at Bueller's at 10 o'clock and get your envelope and all that good stuff. And don't be late, not too late anyway. At least be there by 10:15. 10:30 is kind of stretching it. Yeah, and I'm wondering how you doing on your new fox hunt apparatus. I know we'll see you tomorrow, and I didn't know if you maybe wanted to bring it, and I've got a little mini fox transmitter if you want to give it a test. I know with that one particular model, you got to identify what's the front and what's the back. You just set the fox out there or whatever, and if you know where the fox is at and it's to the right and the antenna says go left, well, you just turn it around, and that way you get going in the right direction. So, yeah, let me know what you want me to do, and we'll get together tomorrow for sure. But yeah, we're waiting on Dave to do the final approval, and then it'll be on Sarah's website. Let's see, I got to go over to the old Buzzard's Roost this morning, and he'd mentioned something about bacon-flavored cereal, so I had to look that up, and it looks like it is a true thing. General Mills, and it's exclusively offered at Walmart, but unfortunately I didn't see it available at the Walmart in Fairlawn. But when I was Googling it, I noticed when I typed in bacon flavored, the cereal didn't come up in the top 10. What did come up in the top 10 were bacon flavored crackers, bacon flavored vodka, bacon flavored seasoning, bacon flavored popcorn, bacon flavored ice cream, bacon flavored chips, bacon flavored bubbles for dogs, bacon flavored soda, bacon flavored toothpaste, and bacon flavored beer. There you go, Steph. Thanks for running the net, and yeah, we'll look forward to seeing you too tomorrow, or maybe even today. K4OG back to net.
K4OG W8WKY. Before you leave, before you turn that radio off, my friend, let me ask you a quick question. Throw it out there. You got anyone sit in the truck with you for the fox hunt? Because I wouldn't mind doing that with you, unless you already got somebody.
I ain't got nobody. You're with me, okay. Cool beans. K4OG back to net.
All right, K4OG W8WKY. That sounds good. Then you can smack me in the face for procrastinating on my node. So maybe after the fox hunt, we can at least take a look at it or whatever. You don't have to go later than that, but I'll get my pieces and stuff and bring it with me. But we don't have to build it. You can just kind of verbally show me. I looked at yours, I took it apart, and then I actually looked at it, but it's been so long since I gave it back to you, I forgot what it looked like. I should have took pictures. I had it right in my hands, and I didn't take any pictures, but we'll get it. So, but yeah, I'd love to sit in the truck with you. I got to run the net next week. Okay, PMI's not going to be here. I'm going to fill in for him. Right after that, I will head out there to Bueller's, the appointed time, and we'll run it. That'll be pretty cool. Sitting with you, because you guys did good last time, I believe. So very, very cool. All right, what about, you know what else is really good on the Baker flavored stuff? The Baker flavored pop's not so good. I've tried that, so unless it's a different brand, but that's, yeah, not so good. But I know, wait, everybody, sound of my voice. bacon-flavored bacon. Now, there's winter. If that one ever gets out, we're in trouble. Bacon-flavored bacon. There you go, buddy. KE8SFS, W8, WKY. Mark, you're up, my friend, out there in Wadsworth.
All that fake potato thing, I might get sick and tired eating it or drinking it. We got 31 degrees here, and pretty nice morning. The sun is up and all that. And it's supposed to get up to 91 today. And like Bill said, it's supposed to be afternoon shower late in the evening or some weather. And gas price at $2.49 all around Wadsworth. And but if you want to save money, the new Sheet gas station in Wadsworth here is at $2.09. Hey, I don't know why they're so low, but they are low on price. You know, you can save money in gas by going there. But anyhow, I'm going to drop this for a bit and come back. Doing okay and everything. ARRL got a new book out now for all those who I can't pronounce the name of the radio, ham radio. It's BAOFENG. People are telling me I pronounce it wrong, so I'm trying to spell it out. But anyhow, they got a book on it now. And I got a few of these radios. In fact, I'm talking on one. But it made you laugh. The instruction they give you is all Greek. You know, and you can't figure out what the heck they're talking about. You know, while they'll break it down. You know, it's called the use of these radios. You know, if you guys got one of the handheld one, I prescribe to get this book. Other than that, I'm yapping on, so I'm going to give it back to you, Deputy. 73 Kia 8 Serpato there.
K8SFS, W8, WKY, we do appreciate you being here. Thanks, Mark, for that. Thank you for the information. I'll have to look that up on the ARRL website, so very, very cool. All right, we had K8HNK who was here, if he's listening. Mrs. Thomas, if you're listening to him, I'm sure you already know he doesn't like shopping, big places like that. So if you want to play a game on Elmer today, just run down one of the aisles and hide on the end caps, because then when he starts coming down the aisle, just run down a little bit, run back up the aisle, and hide on another end cap. And keep him in the store a little longer. But as you're doing that, start grabbing the extra stuff that you want and throw it in the cart. So, anyway, great to hear Elmer this morning. It was really good to hear him. So we're going to move over to KDA ZSH W8 WKY. Randy, you're up, my friends. Great to have you here this morning.
KD8 CSH. Morning, Stephen. Good morning, everybody. We're off to a good start here for the weekend. With regard to all the different varieties of bacon-flavored stuff, I did not know bacon-flavored ice cream was a thing. I really like bacon, and I really like ice cream, but I'm not quite sure how I feel about that. My wife's sitting over here across the room with a thumbs down on it. She's already decided. But, hey, it might be pretty good. So, and she says, or not. Well, I just want to say hi to everybody. I hope your weekend is really good. This is KD8 to ZSH, clear and back to net. 73s, everyone.
November 8, Whiskey, Julia Lima. November 8, Whiskey, Julia Lima.
NAWJ, we'll get right back to you in a little bit. We're actually running a net here, but I'll throw you on the log, and we will do that in just a little bit. KD8ZSH, good to hear you, Randy. Well, I'm going to throw one out there for you because I know firsthand how good bacon is with certain things. Bacon works really well with maple syrup, too. And there's a company down in Cleveland, actually it's in Lakewood, and working downtown up until 2023. We used to get donuts from a place called Brew Nuts, so look that up. They also brew beer down there, but they make the best donuts. The donuts change every morning except for about 5 of them. 5 of them are made all the time, but the other sets of donuts are made at different times. But their donuts are like 8 to 8.5 inches wide, big donuts. And one of them they have is maple with bacon, big pieces of bacon in it. And man, let me tell you. Yeah, you know what? If it's like that on the ice cream, I'll at least try it. Because bacon and sweet is the treat. There it is, right there. But anyways, like I said, we'll get back to NAWJL. Did you have any traffic really quick, NAWJL?
No, I just was wondering where is this repeater located. I'm in Detroit, and I'm this is not our local repeater. I'm trying to figure out, is this some sort of link there?
Well, somebody may have linked you up with Allstar, because we are Allstar, and we are in Doylestown, Ohio. But if you give me just a little bit, I got 2 people before you, and I'll run you as one of our regular check-ins. So if you just give me a minute to reach out to these 2 people, I will jump on you. You'll be the 3rd person in line. And it's funny because some of our people down here are from Wayne County, Ohio, and I see that you're from Wayne County, Michigan. So give me 1 sec, and I'll get right back to you. A couple people. KB8, LJ, W8, WKY. Charles, you're up, my friend. Great to have you here this morning. KB8LJ. All right, nothing heard. Moving over to KE8EGA. I'm sorry, KE8EGA. Kevin, you're up this morning. Great to have you here.
Good morning, Stefan. Good morning to the net. I just want to say I appreciate you running the net. But I want to say that I was off the air for quite a while for nobody's fault but my own, and one of the people most influential in me being active in ham radio was Jim, and it was really good to hear his voice this morning. I woke up and would drive to work to him every day for a very long time before I got shifted to 3rd shift. So I appreciate hearing him very, very much, and just wanted to say how much I appreciate hearing his voice. It meant a lot to me. Other than that, I don't have a lot to pass on to the net. I hope everybody has a great day and enjoys the warm weather before the storms roll in. Back to you. Thanks, Steph.
K8EGA, W8, WKY, we do appreciate you being here, and thank you for the kind words, my friend. Appreciate that. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you get somebody you talk to, and someone ran. That was, for me, that was Ron D'Angelo, who just became a silent key. He ran the net for years and years and years, and Ron, when he ran it weekdays, he drove me into Tri-C for so many years. And like I said, he just became a silent key. Ron D'Angelo, like a year ago. But was a good guy. Yeah, so I get it about Jim. Yep. Totally understand. So great to have you here, Kevin. Glad to hear that you're back on the air again, and stay there this time. We understand that when things happen, you can't do it, but if you can get on the air, get on as much as you can, because that's why we enjoy it. We love it. It is a service of the FCC. It is a nice hobby, but it's also a service, which actually for me is the most important thing in times of emergency. So very, very cool to hear you, my friend. All right, we had KC8NOV Marty, who was in and out. Appreciate that down there in Streetsboro. And we're going to run over to a new friend, somebody who just checked in to find out where we're at, and that is N8WJL, and that is Joseph. Joseph, you're up, my friend, down in Michigan, or up in Michigan. It's great to have you here today. Try one more time. N8WJL, if you're still there, Joseph. If not, we'll do some check-ins, because we're getting close to that leaving hour, but about 13 minutes away. But Joseph, if you're still there, if not, we'll do some check-ins. All right, nothing heard. Or something like that, but hey, you know what? There you have it. All right, this is November 8 Whiskey Bravo, and this is also the Sarah Barometer Net Saturday morning edition. If you'd like to check in, please give us your call sign phonetically, followed by alphanumerically, phonetically, alphanumerically right after, and that helps me get it on the log a little bit better, easier. And I do want to say thank you to all of our listeners. We do appreciate all of you, no matter where you are. And as you can see by Joseph, and by our friends WHAX and KHAX and Missy down there with Lucy, you can check in from anywhere with the right technology on amateur radio. They're down in Florida. Joseph's down in Michigan. And one of our club members is down in Kentucky and Ohio. I still don't get that, but hey, you know what? Whatever, float your goat. That's what they say. All right, if you'd like to check in, please call W8WKY phonetically, alphanumerically, and we'll get you on the log. Please let me know if you're short time, mobile, or in and out. I will also mark that accordingly. All right, check-ins, please, for the Sarah Barometer Net.
November 8, Yankee Mike Yankee, N8YMY, John.
PD, John in Wadsworth.
November 8, Yankee Mike Yankee, N8YMY, John in Waynesburg.
All right, I got the two Johns, N8YMY and N8TD. Any other check-ins, please call.
November 8, Juliet, Kilo, Oscar. Joe in Willoughby, checking in.
KB8LJ here. Finally, earlier my touch me not electronic wife killed me temporarily.
Kilo, Echo 8, Tango Lima Bravo, KE8 TLB. Randy here in Rittman. Hey, brother. Morning.
All right, let me pick it up there. All right, I got in this round, and I got a couple people that yeah, man, it's awesome. N8YMY, John got you there. N8TD, John. N8JKO, Joe, another fellow Cuyahoga Community College employee. So very, very cool to hear you, Joe. Get right back to you in just a little bit. KB8LJ, Charles, I'll get you for the recheck. And K8TLB, Randy, got you on the log. Did I miss anyone? If there's anybody that I missed, please give me your call sign. Let me know if you're short time, mobile, or in and out. If not, we'll run to the top of this short list.
Kilo Echo 8, Victor Oscar X-Ray. That's KE8VOX, Scott Vermillion. In and out.
Kilo, Foxtrot 6.
All right, let me pick it up. I heard a Kilo Foxtrot 6, and I didn't hear anything after that. So if you want to give me your call sign, that'd be great. There was a Kilo Foxtrot 6. All right, nothing here. We're going to run to the top of the short list that we had. N8YMY, W8WKY. John, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here today.
N8WB. This is N8YMY. Good morning, Stephen, and good morning to everybody listening. We are down here transmitting from the beautiful Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium down in Canton South, and we have youth baseball going on one field, and we have senior men's baseball going on the other field. So we're just sitting here today enjoying the beautiful weather. It might end up being a hot one today. So everybody stay hydrated and have a great day. And with that, I will say 7 threes. Have a good net, Stephen. Thanks for having me.
N8YMY, W8WKY, we do appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here, John. And, yeah, we hope that you stay warm. Please stay hydrated and cool, I should say. Not warm, cool. Sometimes I don't understand myself, but, yeah, stay cool. And great to hear that you're down there and always checking in. We do appreciate that. I got to get down there one of these days to see the facility. That would be pretty cool. All right. W8TD, W8WKY. John, you're up, my friend. It's great to have you here this morning.
NEWB and the net. W8TD, good morning all. Well, not a lot going on. I put together a Pi 4 last night and burned the ham VoIP operating system for it. It seemed to come up and boot. I don't have the RF deck yet. I'm putting together an Allstar Node. And I'm not even certain what I'm going to have to do to communicate with the brute to get it set up. I'm used to Pi-Star, where when it comes up, it immediately hooks up to the internet, and then you just go in with a browser and a graphic interface and interact with it. But this system doesn't seem to do that. Apparently, I'm going to have to rig some kind of a terminal to talk to it. So that'll be a project. Probably play with that tomorrow. Otherwise, nothing going on. Tomatoes are coming along very nicely. I anticipate picking one by the end of the month. There's several that would turn color if they had enough sun. Peppers are still doing nothing. Well, that kind of makes sense. I did put them in late this year. Last year, the peppers started really going crazy just about the time I left in September. And when I got back, the plants were completely covered in peppers that had all turned red and gone soft and mushy. So I missed them. NEWB in the net, W8TD.
W8TD, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, John. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing the information that you did. Yeah, a lot of people have Allstar Nodes. I know I do. And they are a nice thing. Of course, I did work on building a node, and I did have one that was built. But I went the other route because I wanted the additional features. So that's why I picked up a clear node. Thank you, KD8SLG, Nick, who shared the information with me many years ago. I was still at the college when I picked the clear node up. And I appreciate that because I did build one, like I said. And it was nice to have, but the clear node just does a whole lot more. But it's good to hear you building one, my friend. That's what ham radio is all about, experimenting. And talk about a guy who experimented a lot at the college. And I was a really good friend, and still is. And always love to hear his voice when he's on. Heard him a couple weeks ago on another net, that I was actually driving around the state of Ohio doing something, and I heard him on there, and we talked for a second. NAJKO, W8WKY. Joe, it's great to have you here this morning. How are you, my friend, and how was you guys' field day? I did hear you talk about that one day before field day started on the net that I heard you on. NAJKO, if you're still there.
At the end for us, so there must be something resetting in the interconnections between repeaters, but all I've heard was beeps for the last 40 seconds. Anyway, things are good here in the beautiful north coast of Willoughby, Ohio. We've got something here called sunlight. Yeah, I'm going to hang on to that for a while. It's 75 degrees. All is relatively good. Was listening to your chatter earlier on the net. Seems that there's a bacon theme going through here. So I'm just going to make it short so this way the repeaters don't sizzle. With that, I'll send it back to net control with best wishes to everyone. Please take care. God bless, and 7-3. N8JKO back to net control.
JKO, W8WKY, we do appreciate that, Joe. Thank you so much. Yeah, trying to figure that out because I did wait for the repeater to drop and then waited a second or two every time I keyed up, so I'm not sure what's happening. Got some chatter in the net logger window there between Scott and Mark. Do appreciate that, but it's kind of strange. But one of the foibles of Allstar. And if they could fix that, like they said, they could make $1 billion. That's all they got to do is fix that one thing, or figure out how to at least address it. So, anyway, it's good to hear you, my friend. Always good to hear you, Joe. Very, very cool. Joe, one of the fellow employees at Cuyahoga Community College. Joe also retired. I think Joe retired before me, and then I went a couple years after him. So, also, N8FDY, Tom Wilkinson and his wife Elaine out there at Norris. Tom was a fellow employee at the college, and also John Dolan, our president of Norris. Was a fellow employee out there. So very, very cool. A lot of us on the radio. The Tri-C alumni. All right, KB8LJ, W8WKY. Charles, you're up, my friend. Yeah, we did call for you earlier, but apparently your wife beat you up or something, you said. So I'm glad that she finally let go of you in her pinhold, and you're back to play. So go ahead, my friend. It's great to have you here.
W8WKY in the group from KB8LJ. Now, this is one of the benefits of using DV bitch. My electronic wife is a total touch-me-not. All you got to do is wave your hand close to the phone when she's in a bad mood, and it instantly disconnects. But I was going to mention, people were earlier talking about Wayne County, Ohio, and Wayne County, Michigan, and I believe PMI is off on a vacation trip, so I'll give you a little bit of history on the two Wayne counties. In the very earliest days, when Ohio was a state, and maybe a little before then, they set up Wayne County, which was named after Anthony Wayne, and it was a huge chunk of real estate. It included much of what's now northern Ohio and part of Michigan, and over the years they chiseled pieces off of it to make other counties until all that was left is Wayne County, Ohio, and Wayne County, Michigan. So with that, this is KB8LJ, back to net.
KB8LJ, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, you know, and I was looking at your information because I didn't realize you were down there in North Olmsted. I think from North Olmsted you'd probably be able to hit the NORS repeater, and I know they connect that, or you could even, if they're not running a net, you could connect that to the this morning, and or any morning, and I'm pretty sure they connect to our nets, and then you wouldn't even need the node that's giving you problems in the morning. So just throwing that out there. But I know from your distance, I believe you can hit the NORS repeater. I'm just throwing that out there. But good to hear you, my friend. Great that you got it resolved, and we're going to move over to K8TLB, W8WKY. You're up, my friend. Randy and Ray, good to hear you, my friend.
Hey, Stefan. Good morning, everyone. This is Kilo Echo 8 Tango Lima Bravo, KE8TLB. Happy Saturday to everyone. Yeah, Stefan, Derek was going to come up from West Virginia, and we was going to go out to Dragway 42 today. They have a rockin' racing. It's their big event. And, yeah, we canceled because I don't want to go out there with all that humidity and 91, 92 degrees. Body can't handle that anymore. So, yeah, we canceled. But that's all right. There's still plenty of racing left to do out there. And, yeah, so we're just going to hang out here today and try to keep cool and do a whole lot of nothing. But I know how that goes because I can't sit around and do nothing. But I appreciate you getting me in, Stefan, and really good to hear you this morning. So you do a great job with the net, and the Sarah Club is very lucky to have you involved with them. You're definitely a good guy. So, all right. This Kilo Echo 8 Tango Lima Bravo, KE8TLB 73, and God bless everyone. Have a great day. See you, Steph.
KE8TLB W8WKY, we do appreciate you, Randy, being here. Thank you so much for that. And, yeah, Randy and Ray always invite me over right before the Sarah meeting for dinner, and that will be next Thursday. So I don't even have to go to I don't got to go to the sandwich place in Wadsworth. I'm very blessed. I don't got to go to the Mexican restaurant in Wadsworth. I'm very blessed to go over there and have dinner with my friends, Randy and Ray. And I'll get in touch with you soon this week, Randy, so we can talk about digging that hole, because I got to get that up. So last time we had it planned for June, but something came up. I couldn't do it. And I'm pretty sure if I lock it in this time, it's going to happen. So maybe we can shoot for August, but or someday that works for both of us. So appreciate that, my friend. I know he said he was in and out, but he's been on the window, and I'm going to run out and see if he's still here, and let's jump into play. K8VOX, W8WKY. Scott, you're up. I know you said in and out, but I'm going to throw it out to you anyways. Love to hear your voice this morning. K8VOX, if you're there. If not, I think we're close to the end of the net, but go ahead if you are. All right, nothing heard, but good to hear you, Scott. Good to see you in the AM window, and we'll talk sometime soon, so very cool. All right, let's see. We had a Kilo Foxtrot 6, and I didn't hear the rest of it. If that person's still out there and you'd like to jump in, give me the rest of your call sign, and you were on this original start of the log, but it was Kilo Foxtrot 6, and then it went blank.
W8WKY.
Kilo Foxtrot 6, Peace on Earth. Christian in Bath.
All right, KF6 POE, go ahead, my friend. You're up.
Yeah, it was made me laugh for like a minute. Made me laugh for a minute. A whole minute, like 60 seconds. Let's time that. Bacon bubbles for dogs. I'm going to be talking about that all day. All the bacon stuff, like ice cream and everything, that's pedantic. Bacon bubbles for dogs is ridiculous, and I love it. I'm all over it. I work at Trader Joe's in Woodmere, so I understand ridiculous products. Otherwise, the wife and mine Monarch butterfly waste station is going well. Got 4 monarch butterflies and a bunch of cabbage butterflies going on. I'm out there tilling the field, and I've been talking to everybody at the register at Trader Joe's about the Wadsworth Balloon Festival for Ron to know if he's still out there, which is funny because I just, how you doing? Beep. And I'm ringing their groceries, and then I go, did you ever go to the Wadsworth Balloon Festival? Beep. And so I've been getting the word out on that. So that's fun. Excited about that coming next month. In any case, I'll pass it back to Net Control. Thanks, Stefan. And 73s, everyone. This is Kilo Foxtrot 6. Peace on Earth.
KF6 POE W8WKY. We do appreciate you being here. Thank you, my friend Christian. And yeah, Trader Joe's. Got to stop out there one of these days. Haven't been there in for like forever. So, anyways, yeah, that would be funny. Yeah, there are some really important and slick products, but I still say that my favorite is bacon-flavored bacon. Although I do like bacon-flavored donuts. So those are, and it's not bacon-flavored. They actually have chunks of donuts in it. You ever get down to Brunuts in Lakewood, great place to go. Not advertising on the amateur radio, merely saying it's a great place to go. All right, we're at the bottom of the list, and I'm going to take one last quick round of check-ins, and we'll send it over to Carrie, I believe. And if you'd like to check in, please give me your call sign alphanumerically and phonetically, and we'll get you on the log. Let me know if you're short-time mobile or in and out, and then if nobody's here, or if we got a review right after we run whoever, whenever, we will throw it over to W8CTM. Anybody want to check in, please call. W8.
WB0IQK. Willie Bravo 0, India, Quebec Kilo. Mark on the bicycle.
WE8, WIZ, Whiskey Echo 8, Whiskey India Zulu, Pop.
Kilo Echo 8, Oscar Whiskey X-Ray, KE8OWX, Thomas, Pedestrian Portable.
All right, let me pick it up there. All right, I got a great round of closers here, the last 3, and then we'll send it over to Carrie. KB0IQK, Mark, got you there. And the Wiz, WE8WIZ, Bob, get you just in a second or two, or a minute or two, whatever, however that works out. And K8OWX, Tom, got you there. So we're going to run up to WB0IQK, W8WKY. Mark, it's great to have you here, my friend. I hear you're chugging away on that bike. Every morning when I do hear you do check in and I hear you checking in, I'm like, man, that's That's awesome and grueling at the same time. Out there in Doylestown, right near the repeater. You're up, my friend. It's great to have you, Mark.
WB0IQK on the bicycle. Yes, I get out here just about every day. Sometimes I take Sunday off and relax. So I might do that tomorrow. I got all my needed points, and I have an app on the phone. And you try and get so many points to get to what the American Medical Association recommends. Something to go by. Anyway, it's pretty nice out here. You feel it's just starting to get a little bit warm and a little bit humid. So going to be another warm one, I know. Anyway, that's about it. Stefan, thanks for getting me in here at the tail end. I'm about halfway through my bike ride, so I'll be home shortly. Back to you, WB. Oh, got interrupted there. WB0IQK on the bicycle.
WB0IQK, W8WKY, we do appreciate you, Mark. Thank you so much for joining in, even on the bike. Good to hear all that. And be safe. Keep your eye on the road. And we'll talk to you sometime down the line. All right, WE8WIZ, Bob. Got to see Bob last night. We have a wonderful Friday night get-together. Some of the boys out there in Norton, Ohio. And Bob will tell you a little bit about Norton when he closes. But it's always good to spend time with Bob and his neighbor Ben and anybody else who wants to show up. It's always an open invitation. In the summer, the driveway is big enough. In the winter, it's got a little shed in the back, but that one fills up a little bit. So that's taken by reservation and money donations. I kid. But in the summer, the driveway is big enough to hold, well, maybe 40, 50 people. But I'm just, none of that many show up. But great to hear you, Bob. WE8WIZ, W8WKY. You're up, my friend.
W8WKY, this is WE8WIZ, Bob out here in Norton. Yeah, it was a good time last night, and they're monitoring the whole net, and it was interesting to find out that more people than us were trying to stay hydrated over the last couple of days. We were trying to stay hydrated last night, but didn't work out that well, so we had to drink beer instead. Yeah, nothing really too much today. I've got some stuff with my sister trying to get together and get the final things planned for my mom's interment. So I'm going to back out here and let real people talk, because as you know, I'm not a real person. But I do play one here on the radio, and that's Bob, the round mound of sound out here in Norton, Ohio, which, as everyone knows, is the garden spot of Summit County. So, Stefan, good to talk to you last night. Have a friend like you. So I'll back out here, 73, everybody, and Whiskey 8 Whiskey, and I'm going to be clear here, WE8WIZ, Bob.
WE8WIZ, W8WKY, we do appreciate you. Thank you, Bob, for being here, my friend. It was great seeing you last night. Bob's house every Friday night, man. If you don't got someplace to go and you're an amateur radio guy, that's a place to go to have an enjoyable evening and just wonderful, wonderful time. So anyways, we do appreciate that, Bob, and I'll get in touch with you about this Wednesday, Lord willing. And please let me know about your mom's interment and stuff, because I'd love to go down there and be part of that if you're heading down there whenever that does happen. I did get to see Bob's mother last year before she passed for her 99th birthday. So I was there at her birthday party at a bar near their house that served food. I believe that was food. Just kidding. But anyways, it was good to see her. But she just passed recently, as of the last 2 months. So let me know. Keep me in touch, and I'd be glad to go down there with you. All right, K8 OWX. W8WQI. Thomas, it's great to have you here this morning, my friend. You are up.
Hey, good morning, Stefan. I just got a minute. I got to check a harmonic in for some blood work, so I'm assuming by your comment before you still don't have that gray line up. Hopefully you do get that soon. I'm interested in how well you think that works. Other than that, good to hear you. Good to hear the Wiz. Haven't heard him in quite a while. Turn it back to you, Stefan. KE8OWX.
KE8OWX, W8WQI. We do appreciate you, Thomas. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, I wanted to say the Wiz too, but KE8TLB, Randy and I are going to do that coming up here shortly. We had it planned for last month, and then an emergency situation popped up on my side, and we're going to do that, and then I will give you a report soon, because I want to get that up shortly, because I don't want to be without it for the winter and stuff like that. I want to have it in the ground, so very cool. All right, we're at the bottom of the list, and we are at the end of the net. It is 8:17. Also, my birthday time. Every time I look at that and I happen to be 8:17, I think of my birthday, 8:17. Also the day my mother was born, and some really good friends. I have a couple of really good friends all born on 8/17. So one of them is a guy by the name of Bill Fogarty, who also works at Cuyahoga Community College. And I got to reach out to him. But speaking of that, I'm going to send it over to W8CTM, W8WKY. Carrie, if you're there, my friend, it's great to have you here this morning. Hope you're doing well.
Good morning, Stefan, and good morning to all the check-ins and listeners out there on this beautiful Saturday morning. It's pretty morning out there, but it's going to get hot today, but stay hydrated. Yeah, I guess beer will work, but water's probably better for you. Anyway, I hope everybody has a great Saturday and a great weekend. It's going to be hot and might get a little rain today. Who knows? But I think in this kind of heat, rain is much appreciated. At least it cools it down for a little bit. Anyway, that's about all I have this morning. Stefan, I did miss you a couple weeks ago. I was at down at Suma Hospital. They took me in there because I had I was sleepwalking and fell and didn't know I fell and didn't know I got back up and really didn't know I was sleepwalking. So I got back home and anyway, that's the way it went. Got a little beat up. It's not good to fall when you don't know you're falling. But anyway, got a little beat up here on that one, and things are healing. But my left hand, my middle finger, just it doesn't. I don't know what's wrong with it. If it's a tendon was cut or whatever, they thought it was broken, but they X-rayed it several times, and 2 or 3 orthopedic surgeons looked at it, and they decided it'll heal, but I don't know. It's not doing real well yet, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's about all I have this morning. I just want to ask everybody to stay safe, stay healthy, and do a random act of kindness. That's always a good thing to do there, and put a smile on somebody's face. So with that, this is W8CTM, Carrie at Portage Lakes. Everybody have a great day, and I'll say 73 and turn it back to N8WB there. And Stefan, great job, and good net this morning. 73 all, and back to you, Stefan.
W8CTM, W8WKY, we do appreciate you being here, Carrie, and when I say that, I truly mean that, my friend. I was, during the field day, we were sitting in the Legion Hall there, and we were talking about another reason why amateur radio saves lives. Next time you're sleepwalking, though, just do sleep biking. Just get on the tricycle so you don't fall. I'm just saying. You can drive that everywhere. But just get on the bike. Program yourself to get on the bike. I'm sorry to hear what happened, but also heard the other story too. But great to hear that you are here, my friend. That's the most important thing. And I saw Carrie at the POTA event that we did a month before Field Day. It was great to see you there, down there in Portage Lakes Park. And that was really, really good. I think that was the first time I'd ever been back to that one, that part. I've been to all the other places in Portage Lakes. As a matter of fact, I passed that place a million times with Bob and Joyce Janicek when they used to live off of Mud Lake, because we went down that river to get to that canal to get to all the other places, the other lakes and the restaurants and stuff. Dietz's, and then further down back when it used to be the Harbor Inn. That's all closed now, I know. That's a bummer. What a bummer. But we used to pass that park, but I'd never been in there until we did the POTA. So actually that was the first time I drove up to it and set foot in it. That's kind of nice. I like that. Break for time. All right, I want to thank everyone who participated in today's net. As I always say, don't forget breakfast at Bueller's in Wadsworth on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. And why you would do breakfast in the morning at Bueller's when you can bring out a nice bowl of bacon flavored whatever you want to bacon flavor, including bubbles for dogs apparently. I still like bacon flavored bacon. It's one of my favorites. That or the donuts from Brunettes. But as I always say, I enjoy amateur radio. I enjoy this group, this club, and I thoroughly enjoy doing these nets with all of you, my friends. Every single one of you, and every single one of you this morning included 32 people. 32 people we had this morning. Not bad. Not bad. And at this time, we're going to close the net. This repeater is returned to normal amateur use. NAWB and WAWKY are both clear. And don't forget, this Thursday, if you're a Sarah member, or if you're not, because we allow anybody to come into our meetings, it is this Thursday at the Wadsworth Eagles Hall. The Wadsworth Eagles Hall. So 6:30, 6 o'clock, people start getting there around 6:15 or so, 6 o'clock, and we start the meeting at 7, and then there you go. If you'd like to attend, learn about amateur radio, get involved, whatever you'd like to do, come on down to the Eagles. You could also join the Eagles if you want, because they got applications here. So anyways, we're going to clear the net. Everyone have a great day. 73, my friends, and be safe. And we got a fox hunt coming up soon. Then they'll talk about that at the Sarah meeting. So another good thing to do. All right, 73, my friends. Everyone have a great day. November 8, Whiskey Bravo clear.
November 8, Whiskey Bravo, Kilowatt Germany 7, Italy, Radio Japan.
All right, give me your call sign again. I know who you are, but I always screw it up. So, and go ahead, my friend.
Kilowatt Germany 7, Italy, Radio Japan. Yeah, by number 3, son got a birthday of 8/17.
All right, go ahead, Paul. We'll get you in the air. Go ahead and say a few things, and then I'll close it down right after you.
Just wanted to chime in. Son, his birthday is 8/17.
Well, that's cool to know, my friend. That is cool to know. I got another 8/17. That's awesome. Yeah. Like I said, my mother was born on 8/17 as well. Not the same year. That'd be awkward. But but I got a Bill Fogarty friend of mine and Amy May, a previous pastor's wife of a friend of mine, and several other people. Good to hear that in the Schaefer family there's another August 17. Appreciate that, my friend. All right. You have a great day, Paul, and stay safe. Everyone else stay safe. 73, my friend. Have a great day, everyone.
W8WKY.
And I'm a 9/17. I am a 9/17. KT7 Iron J.
Well, how cool is that? Cool. 9/17. thank you, Paul, for sharing all that information with us, and we'll talk to you down the line. 73, my friend. Be safe.
73, KT7 IRK.